What's going on, collectors? Welcome back to another video. Appreciate you guys joining. My name's Andrew. If you're new to the channel, please consider hitting a sub if you like these types of videos. So today we're going to be looking at 5 players that I am investing in, trying to pick up some of their stuff before the NBA playoffs. I'm going to give you guys some reasons why, explain why I did that. Let me know in the comments if you think it was a great buy, a terrible buy, or maybe somewhere in between. But I'd be interested in some other players that you guys are watching, so be sure to comment that below. Now, before we get started, remember that investing in modern or ultra modern players can be risky business. The team can go on a bad run. They could be close to making the playoffs and miss the playoffs. This player that you're looking at could tear their ACL and be out for 8 months to a year. So just keep in mind that that's kind of the risk that you're getting into when you're buying newer or modern players. If you want to play it safe, stick with the blue chips, the Michael Jordans, the Larry Birds. They have stuff out there that's graded, ready to pick up. You could buy it, stick it in your sock drawer, not look at it for 5 years, and chances are it will at least maintain some value, if not perhaps grow a little bit. So as always, this is not any investing advice, but hopefully this gives you guys some ideas of how to improve your portfolio and perhaps make some flips before the playoffs. So this is going to specifically be about that today. So let's go ahead and jump into our first card here. So I spent a little under $25 on this card, which I feel like in the long run is not a bad pickup. It is a Chris Middleton Panini Elite Rookies, number 290, and it's numbered out of 599, as you can see at the bottom. So this year for buying, I'm really trying to focus on serial numbered or super low pop stuff. So this is very low pop and also serial numbered, which is nice. This is actually only a pop 3 with 1 graded higher, so that's pretty nice. This one is graded an 8. I'll hold it just a little lower so you can see the slab. So this one is a near mint to mint 8 and pretty clean piece overall. Chris Middleton's on the Bucks now, not the Pistons. I'm sure you probably know if you follow the NBA. He was on a title-winning team last year and is a 3-time All-Star. So he's won a title. He has a resume. This one's a little bit in between modern and, you know, finding a player that already has a resume. So he is a modern player, but definitely has some credibility built up. This season, he's averaging 20 a game, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. So definitely a contributor. He plays with Giannis on the Bucks. It does not hurt to have that either. So if this squad makes a run in the playoffs, I think this could be really nice to be holding, especially if he has one huge game, maybe goes off for 30 or 35. That might be a time to consider flipping it. However, if they do really well in the playoffs or even make it back to another championship game, this might be one I consider holding on to a little bit longer. But as of now, I'm looking at potentially flipping it when the hype is there. So we'll see if they make it to conference finals or the actual finals, and that will probably determine what I do with this one. But for around 25 bucks, I am super happy with this pickup, and I really don't think you can go wrong. Next up, this one's going to be kind of an interesting play. I will be interested in what you guys think about it. I spent around 10 bucks shipped to get this card. It is a Goran Dragic 2012 Prism. Obviously, this one is raw, not graded. It's card number 128, and this card is actually a little more rare than you might think. I am trying to avoid picking up a lot of base stuff, but some of the earlier modern base Prism type stuff is not quite as overprinted or overpopulated as the newest stuff. So I went ahead and looked up the PSA pop report on Dragic's Prism as well. There are 10 graded, 8 are 9s, and 2 are 10s. So this is definitely a low pop item. You might be thinking, why did I pick this up? Who is Goran Dragic? Well, if you follow the NBA, you should already know he is a veteran. He's in his 15th NBA season, and he has had recent playoff success with the Heat. Unfortunately, plantar fasciitis kept him out from their 2020 playoffs run to the finals, but Dragic is established and also recently was picked up by Brooklyn, coached by Steve Nash, who was his former teammate. So I find this to be kind of an interesting pickup, being that Steve Nash went, grabbed him, added him to the team. He's probably going to get not a ton of minutes, but he's going to be definitely a significant contributor. He's a veteran. He knows what's going on in the playoffs and can definitely help out the cause. So if he has one great game, or if Brooklyn happens to make a run, I think this will be really nice to be holding on to. This is a card I'm looking at potentially grading with SGC sometime in the near future. I haven't looked it over in super great detail, but it definitely looks at least like an 8 plus, hopefully better. So this is one I might consider doing a quick little SGC grading. get it back, and be holding this when the playoffs start. So if Brooklyn does well, that could be really, really nice to have in hand. I noticed on eBay there are more of these getting listed, but they're kind of more in the $10 to $20 range. So if y'all start picking these up, they are going to disappear pretty quickly. This could end up being a bust, but at the most I'm out $10. So for that, I'm willing to gamble on it. I've watched him play one game so far, and I thought he looked pretty good. He was driving, had some nice floaters and jumpers. So I'll be interested to see what happens with Dragic throughout the playoffs this season. Next up, we have 3 raw rookie cards. These are all Tyrese Maxi. I'll kind of showcase each one as I'm talking about it. All in all, this was about $10, a little bit less to put this group of cards together. Same kind of strategy. I might be looking at a quick little SGC grading or something like that. I've looked over them. They all look clean. I do think I need to look at them in a little more detail before I decide if I want to grade him or not. So he plays for the 76ers. It also doesn't hurt that he attended Kentucky, so quite a lot of the basketballing world will already be familiar with Tyrese Maxi. This one that we're looking at here is a select premier level. It's number 174. This one is really clean. I think it would look great in a PSA or SGC slab, but just for sake of time and getting it back quickly, getting an accurate grade, I am probably favoring SGC on most of this raw stuff that I'm showing you guys today. Next up is a pink mosaic, another one that's in good shape. So he's just recently had James Harden added to his squad with the 76ers, as I'm sure you probably know if you're a fan of the NBA. So that definitely brings up some hype, which obviously helps in the card market. And him being mentored a lot by James Harden, I think could help him keep growing in confidence and balling out this season. But this is also a rookie card. And we have one more emergent. This one's an insert, also a rookie prism. So I went with 3 different varieties. So prism, insert, a mosaic pink, and a select rookie card. So I'm going to probably grade at least maybe 2 of these, maybe just 1. I don't know. We'll see. But for the price, like I said, I'm happy to take a $10 gamble and maybe an additional 30 or 60 if I decide to grade him. But the risk is there that he gets injured, he hits a bad patch, or that Philadelphia does not have a good run in the playoffs. All that is risks to keep in mind. But overall, he's been a fun player to watch. I've been starting to tune into some Sixers games now and then. Like I said earlier, I kind of focus more on soccer, but there's breaks in the week where there's no soccer, so I'm trying to get a little more educated and diversify a little bit. So he's actually got pretty good stats this year. He's averaging about 17 a game and nearly 5 assists. So definitely gets on the stat line, and with James Harden in the team, I would imagine his assists are going to only be growing. So definitely a player to keep an eye on. Next one up was under $20 for this pickup. Another one that I'm really happy with. I'll show you guys the grade as well. This one happens to be a Gem Mint 10. Now, unfortunately, this one is not numbered or anything, but it is a green mosaic, so a little cooler looking than the base silver background one. But yeah, this one's a Gem Mint 10. It's Bojan Bogdanovic number 33. This one's from 2019, so this one's definitely super modern. Not his rookie card or anything like that. On the bright side, though, it's Pop 3, so there's only 3 of these graded by PSA, and none higher as a Gem Mint 10, obviously, but Pop 3, so definitely low pop and a fun player to watch. He's got about a 40% career average from three-point land, which in today's NBA, three-pointers can be huge for a team. And also if players hit a nice streak or a huge game, nailing a lot of three-pointers, that can definitely get them on the stat line or get some extra hype around them. Donovan Mitchell, I'm also a fan of, so I'm going to be watching the Jazz, see how they do in the playoffs. Again, they're kind of an upper tier Western Conference team, so somewhere in the like 3, 4, 5, 6 range, and maybe we'll even push a little higher before the playoffs. But I think this one, being that it's really low pop and a fun player to watch, could be good to hold if they make a pretty far push into the playoffs. If not, maybe wait till they're about to win a series and then start to offload some of their stuff. But hopefully his PSA 10 stuff could see a little bit of a bump if they do have a great time in the playoffs this year. And finally, today we're going to be looking at a Bam Adebayo rated rookie card optic. This is from 2017. It is number 187. This one as well, not numbered unfortunately, but still I think for the price I got it, not a bad pickup. This one was about 15 bucks. So for a PSA 9, we will take it. Now, this one is definitely higher pop for sure than the other stuff that we looked at today. This one is in the 1400 range for PSA 9, so definitely a higher pop. But as far as modern basketball, if you compare it to Luka, Zion, etc., way less pop than that. So I think with that in mind, that definitely makes it seem a little less daunting with the amount of graded cards. But also, this player did play for Kentucky like Tyrese Maxi, so definitely has somewhat of a fan base already before he even gets into the NBA. Now, like I said, it's a 2017, so he's obviously been in the league for a few years now. And he is averaging about 19 a game this season and 10 rebounds. So averaging a double-double does not hurt, especially going into the playoffs. And I've heard a lot of people thinking that Miami might be pretty big contenders this year. So the East, I think, is going to be a lot of fun to watch in the playoffs. And I kind of am East-focused on a lot of these pickups as well. But I have a feeling that if the Heat do go pretty far, this one's going to be easy to move at some point, and I feel like worst case scenario, I'll break even. Best case scenario, double or triple up the money. We'll see. It depends how many get listed during the playoffs as well, or if people decide they want to hold them. But I do think this one could be a nice flip, given that we got it for such a great deal. So one more quick recap through those players. Again, this is not investment advice. You need to do your own homework, but this is just to give you guys some ideas of what I've been picking up. So we got 3 Tyrese Maxi rookie cards for about 10 bucks, a little bit less. Bam Adebayo, Optic rated rookie, not bad at all. PSA 9, and this was like $15. Pretty good deal there. Bojan Bogdanovic, Gem Mint 10, green mosaic, number 33. So very low pop. Probably not that uncommon of a card. You could find them, but to get it in a PSA 10 slab is definitely nice to have. We got your boy Goran Dragic. This one is just a raw 2012 Prism. Very low pop in terms of graded. Probably looking at a nice little SGC grading submission with him soon. And then finally, probably what is my favorite of today's video, this Chris Middleton near mint to mint 8 out of 599. So the fact that this is graded and the fact that it's serial numbered, I think will play in our favor. We'll see what happens, but hopefully for our sake at least, Milwaukee will have a decent run in the playoffs. So if you guys found any of that stuff helpful, please consider dropping a sub or a like on today's video, and feel free to comment below if you think these were good pickups, absolutely stupid pickups, whatever you think. I'd be interested to hear your opinion. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.